Hello, my name is Jake Bubbiger, and I am your new accounts receivable manager for Crack and Cracker Company. And it is a pleasure. It really is a pleasure to meet you. I look forward to taking this job, and I look forward to doing a fantastic job for you. So I'm going to do a little bit of creativity with some with some management accounting, but mostly I'm going to stick to the accounts receivable management. And it's my understanding that you don't have any process for collecting right now, which to me seems shocking because you're doing a phenomenal job. Like honestly, looking at these numbers, it's doing a phenomenal job. So first, if we take a quick look at the aging report, we see that I took your numbers and I took the liberty of drawing up just percentages of where everything falls in, and you see that 70% is falling in the 0 to 30 days range. Now that's really good. That's where we want more and more things to be. And the fact that already 70% means we're doing pretty dang solid. Now this 31 to 60 days range is kind of an okay range. If it's acceptable, but ideally we get them over to here, but that's acceptable. And that's 20%. And those two combined makes up 90%. 90% of what we're doing is very much in the acceptability range. Now this is where we're pushing it a little bit. We're looking at these 61 and 90 days. We got 9% there. And we really do want to close those over. Or that's where we see the fact that we don't really have a process can bring that over. This is the problems where you see more than 90 days, but we're only seeing 1%, less than 1% really in these 90 days. And so we're actually doing a really, really good job. If we crunch these numbers and take a quick analysis of the accounts receivable collection on the working cycle, what we see is that the accounts receivable turnover is this 14.859 number. Now 14.8, 14.9 rounding is pretty dang good, close to 15. Like that's solid. Often you see firms with like a number 10 or something, and they're doing okay, but this 15 number doing real well. And the truth is that if we can get some processes in there, we can probably be shooting for, I don't know, 17, 18 on this number. Could even be higher. We could be doing really, really good. And we are doing really good on this number. And if we look at the day sales outstanding, they're looking at 21.8, roughly 22 days. Now this number is a little bit abstract and it's hard to figure out what exactly it means. Higher is better, and you compare across firms, and we don't really have other firms to compare. And also you compare across different years or periods, and we don't have that data either, so that's okay. Normally I would like to see that data for me to make good judgments on this, but without it, we can do okay. Largely, so what a lot of firms do is they inflate these numbers artificially to look like they're doing better than they really are, because they'll include their cash transaction, which is just an immediate payment. And with an immediate payment, the day sales outstanding is 0. And the accounts receivable turnover number gets really high from that. And the thing is that we don't do that because we're an honest company. And so these numbers are that high. They're this high without any process and without any cheating. We're getting this 22 number. Now, what this 22 number means is it takes on average 22 days for people to pay us. We send it out, we invoice them, and it takes 22 days back for them to get the data. Now, any number under 45 is doing good, and we're half of that. I think we can do even better, though, because the fact that we're doing so well without any of these processes, I think we can be shooting for something like 15 days. Because, getting the 70% number is good, but we can move these 20s more into the 70 and get rid of this 9 and hopefully eliminate entirely this 1%. We can be looking at 15 days average, and that would be amazing. Now, the truth is that the longer it takes to respond, the more people we get over in this sort of 90 plus days, this 1% range, the less likely it is they are to pay. So it's really important that we get them to pay early. And the reason why it's more difficult if they pay later is because they just might not pay at all. So, like some people, it's rare, but some people are going to try to just not pay. And that sucks. And the later that they're waiting to pay, the more likely they are one of those groups, one of those firms, one of those companies, one of those people. And we don't want to deal with them. We want to get people to pay early. We want to get people to pay often. We want to get people to pay soon, not only because they're more likely to pay, but also because of the money value, the time value of money. Now, the time value of money indicates that you need to spend money to make money. Money compounds, money grows. When we get money in, we spend that money on better equipment, on more products, on more things to send out. The more money we have, the more money we make. If our money is taking, 60 days, 90 days to get back to us, then we can't be spending that money out and growing. If money is taking 22 days, 15 days on average, then that's phenomenal. We can be keeping growing. We can get it as exponential growth, and we're not wasting time value of money. Because the truth is that when we're doing it like this, what we're doing is we're giving them interest-free loans. And it seems a little bit weird. Why would we give them interest-free loans? And the truth is there's two reasons why that we don't bill them until after shipment. The first reason is because in case they want adjustments, in case maybe there was some mistake on our end, or they ordered the wrong thing on accident, or for whatever reason, they misunderstood what they were ordering, for any reason that they need to change their order, if they haven't paid yet, it's easier to adjust. It's quicker to make adjustments. There's less legal fees. There's less shoe leather costs. It's just simpler that way. And the second thing is it's about creating good faith negotiations, and it's about building trust. By giving them these interest-free loans of these, and hoping they'll turn it in 30 days, we're trusting them. And when we trust them, we get trust back. You have to give trust out to get trust back. And that's phenomenal. That's what we do, because we're a crack and cracker company. And we're a family company, and we're a community company, and we trust people. We trust firms. We trust organizations. And I think why we don't have a collection process yet, because it was just based on trust. And honestly, it's worked really well. But sometimes you get this, 10%, and we need a process to deal with them. And so it's good that we're not billing until after shipping, but it gets more difficult as we go on. So we need to come up with some management collection system. And for that, I have three things that we need to do for the components of the collection system. The first is we need immediate posting. There can be no time wasted. The second they pay, we need it to be posted, and we need all of the relevant agencies, all of the relevant branches, all the relevant divisions within our company to know we got that money immediately. So we can spend that money immediately, so we get the time value of money. So we're not wasting time not spending money that we got in if we need to. And then secondly, so we're not contacting customers more than one time. We need to be immediately, so there's no chance of us like, hey, why didn't you pay us? And they already paid us. That looks really bad. So we need immediate posting. The second thing is we need a database. We need data collection. Now, I'm not sure how this data was done. If you said that you have no process, which to me indicates that this is probably done by hand. Done by hand means that A, there could be errors, and B, it's just slow. We need a database that does it immediately. We get the immediate posting in, it gets right off as the what days. And then the second thing is that we need some automation. The third thing is we need some automation. The second that we got the pay, we need to automated email out the invoices, and then that goes logged in the database immediately. Then they get the immediate posting when they respond back. It all needs to be automated, it all needs to go in a database, and it all needs to be posted immediately. Those are the three things, and they mix together and they create a good collection process. And those are the components of a good collection system. Then we're looking at the process of collection and the policies to manage trade credit. So I have a 6-step process. The first step is if they're under 30 days, which again, that's 70%. The average is 22 days, less than 22 days. So almost all of them are coming in under 30 days, and those 30 days were golden. Those are the good customers. Those are the customers we want to try to keep going, keep coming back to us, building brand loyalty. We don't hassle them, so we can build brand loyalty, so we can build trust. They're great. If they're over 30 days and they've been doing this consistently, or they're a first-time customer or something, we need to send them a reminder, what's called a dunning letter, which is a mildly worded reminder that just, hey, you need to pay us. Now, if they're a long-time customer and they're a little bit over, that's okay. But if they're coming consistently over, or if they're a first-time customer or something, we need to be getting on them. Now, some companies need to be getting on them really, really aggressively because they have really bad numbers. Now, we have good numbers, so we can give a little bit of leeway to our customers to build brand loyalty, but we do need to be a little aggressive. After 7 days, the 37 days prior, a week after we're sending a done letter, we send a senior management team to talk to them about it and figure out what's going on about quality, if there's adjustments, and I can train them how to do that. I can do some management accounting, teach them exactly what questions to ask to figure out what's needed. The fourth step is if they're still not paying, and that's when we get into these 60 to 90 days, or 60 to 90 days people, we need to group them and then target the ones that are high dollar amount customers, send the sales reps after them who have good quality branding, and maybe they don't know how to deal with this, and I can teach them how to do this. If they have face-to-face in the past and they have a good rapport, sending those people to talk to them to figure out what's going on is the next step. Fifth, we need to offer to take back goods. If they're not paying, we need to have the goods back. If they didn't pay for them, they can't have the goods. And lastly, if they're over 90 days, we need to get legal involved. You never want to do that because it costs a lot of money, and they don't want us to sue them. We don't want to sue them. But if we have to, we can't be a company that's not getting pushed around. We have to get this 1% number closer and closer to zero. And so to conclude, we're lending out free credit, and that's good because it builds trust, but we need to get the money back. We're doing a phenomenal job, but if you follow the steps that I've laid out, we can do an even better job. Our goal can be getting this number down, this days sales outstanding, to 15 days, and then we will be doing phenomenally.